Last Saturday night, some strange comedic performer specialising in puppeteering, mime and circus skills, going by the name of Paul Curry, produced a Palestinian flag during his show at London's hyper-woke Soho Theatre, ostensibly the home of left-wing agitprop posing as stand-up comedy. He demanded the audience stand out of respect for the Palestinian flag. An Israeli in the audience remained seated, and when singled out and intimidated by the performer, made clear that he was Israeli, whereupon Curry swore at him and threw him out of the theatre, whilst the audience of woke left-wing London Gen Z hipsters reportedly joined in with haranguing the Israeli man out of the small studio space. Hilarious, I think you'll agree. Clearly a comedic tour de force. Obviously, this is all pretty vile stuff, but then it takes an even darker turn when the Israeli and others who had left the auditorium in horror tried to report this anti-Semitic abuse to the front of house staff and were reportedly met with open disdain. For the Soho Theatre, who make their money out of an audience of obnoxious bourgeois Gen Z wokists, with a militant commitment to critical race theory and gender woo-woo, and a hatred of what they call Zionism and the State of Israel, anti-Semitism is just part of their business model. Jew hate is how the Soho Theatre gets its audience of witless, middle-class, 25-year-old social science and arts graduates through the door, with fistfuls of their daddy's money to spend on overpriced tickets and even more extortionate drinks. The Soho Theatre quickly issued a paper-thin apology on its website, distancing itself from the actions of the performer, whilst making no effort to renounce the flagrant anti-Semitism clearly being indulged on its premises. It ends its statement by claiming, "It is important to us that Soho Theatre is a welcoming and inclusive place for all." Well, it isn't either of those things. It has long been the woke home of anti-white male bigotry and anti-British sentiment, and now the home of shameless, open anti-Semitism as well. A fact which takes on a dark irony when you discover that Soho Theatre is built on the site where the West End Great Synagogue used to stand. Now, I've got no vested interests in this sorry debacle. I'm not Jewish, and I don't know Paul Curry. However, I do know what happened on October 7th, and I've seen the vile behaviour of pro-Palestine protesters on the streets of London, who are absolutely full of hate, not just for Israel, but clearly for Britain as well, and for the British people, who've given them a home and opportunities away from the barbarism of their heritage countries. I performed many times at Soho Theatre when I was younger, in the early stages of my career, and it was a respectable venue for stand-up comedy back then. It's deeply shameful just how far it's fallen over the past decade. I suspect the venue is going to face considerable legal action, and hopefully this will mark the end of the venue in its current incarnation. Hopefully it gets back to focusing on comedy rather than pandering to a toxic, vile hipster audience of militant, leftist Gen Z dropouts living off their parents' money. Please do like and subscribe, and support me on Patreon for regular exclusive content. Brand new live stand-up date has just gone on sale in Yeadon near Leeds on Friday the 25th of April. Ticket link beneath this video. If you run a performance venue and would like to book my stand-up tour show, you can contact me at info@andrewlawrencecomedy.co.uk. Thanks for watching.